On a minimalist dark canvas, a wounded stickman holds a raised shield. The shield is turned outward, aggressively blocking incoming rescue hands that are trying to pull the wounded stickman to safety. Millions of people are fighting to protect the exact person destroying them. They make excuses for the disrespect. They lie to their friends. They convince themselves, I'm the one who pushed them too far. To anyone on the outside, a person defending their own abuser looks like complete madness. Inside the brain, a survival response has been hijacked. A manipulator forces a person to become their personal bodyguard against themselves. The process begins with an attack on a person's reality. When a person confronts a manipulator, the manipulator does not just deny what happened, the manipulator rewrites it. A stickman holds a glowing compass labeled truth. A shadowy figure whispers in the stickman's ear, making the compass needle spin wildly until the compass shatters into fine dust. The floor beneath the stickman turns into unstable fog. The manipulator says, "You're misremembering." The manipulator says, "You're being crazy." The manipulator says, "I only did that because I love you." When this manipulation is repeated enough, a person's brain stops trusting its own eyes. A person becomes terrified of relying on their own judgment. A person hands control over to the manipulator, rewriting the narrative. Defending the manipulator's version of reality becomes a person's only way to feel sane. Psychological distortion is not enough to keep a person chained. Neurology does the rest. A stickman is trapped in a dark maze. If someone treats a person like trash 100% of the time, leaving is simple. In the dark maze, a lever drops cold ice on the stickman repeatedly. Unpredictably, the lever drops a glowing golden star. The stickman frantically pulls the lever over and over, completely blind to an open exit door right behind him. When cold cruelty is unpredictably interrupted by a sudden wave of warmth, a person's brain releases a massive spike of dopamine. A person is not just attached, a person is chemically addicted to the relief that follows the pain. To keep those rare crumbs of affection coming, a person's mind actively rationalizes the manipulator's hostility as an exception worth defending. The darkest layer of the trap arrives: the cost of admitting the truth. Acknowledging that someone a person trusted is destroying them creates overwhelming cognitive dissonance. Admitting a manipulator is cruel means admitting a person was fooled. A stickman looks into a split mirror where one side reads, "I am intelligent," and the other side reads, "I let someone deceive me." The stickman frantically paints over the second reflection to force both sides of the mirror to match. To protect their ego from devastating shame, a person steps up and defends the manipulator to the world. A person is not actually protecting their abuser. A person is desperately trying to protect their own self-worth from shattering. Defending someone who hurts a person is not loyalty. Defending an abuser is proof that a person's psychological defenses have been turned against them. Once a person sees the mechanism, the trap loses its power. A stickman slowly lowers his shield. The stickman turns toward the attacker and draws a glowing, impenetrable boundary line on the floor. The environment shifts from dark gray to crisp, vivid clarity. A person's perception is their ultimate boundary, and they must not let anyone rewrite it. A viewer who recognizes these patterns in their own life drops their thoughts in the comments below and subscribes to keep decoding the human mind.